Yeah, greetings and shalom. My name Brian son of and right we are on the action spot. This is African Live, and I'm yeah opportune to have a special guest right with me. The name is Raphael. When we hear Raphael, it rings a bell. But what kind of bell? What kind of meaning? What should we attach to the name Raphael? Who is Raphael?
Well, greetings first of all. Raphael is a man born in Savona, Italy. I have my roots based in Nigeria, Africa, as my father is an African man, Nigerian, and my mother is Italian. And Raphael literally means God has healed, healing of God. And that's I love to imagine my function, my activity is that bring music and joy to the people, and music is a healing. So that's my mission.
Wow, lovely, Raphael. You say music, it's bringing healing to the people. So the I represent a particular genre of music, or yeah, tell us what kind of music the I represent and the message across board. How long is the I been doing this music business?
Well, I started in 2002, founding the reggae band Easy Skankers down in Italy, and still they are my main backing band. And the style is mainly roots reggae music, and sometimes here and there we have some contamination like soul or rhythm and blue moments. I mean, we take we take all the black music roots and translate it into this, let's say, reggae.
I think for me, it's equally very reflective too. You know, when I listen to the I songs and when I even check the titles, they are very reflective of society's, concerns and needs. I think it's really deep. And the I, with a background from being born in Italy, even though you have the roots of Africa, yeah, it must be a bit of a challenge, from the I, basic growing. Since when did I realize that reggae music and connecting to the roots matters, and that will be the focus to carry on with life?
Well, I think that I probably always knew that. I remember I used to listen to reggae music since I was a child, and of course I was listening to all the different records that there were I could find at home. And around 14, 15 years old, I felt the need to do something with music, and of course, like Bob Marley, and what was one of my icons, my heroes. I wanted to do something similar. Every time you start from your idol, your model, and then you find yourself.
Okay.
And yeah, that's the way I started like doing music, and I was lucky to start so young with so enthusiastic friends, and they were not just like musicians that we met and we decided, okay, we have to do this, but we wanted to do that because we did enjoy to do that, and still it's this way. And I think this make really the difference when you feel what you're doing and you love what you're doing with who you love and you respect with your friends. Is very nice. Yeah.
Well, this is really insightful and deep. Raphael, you have, from the records, done so many collaborations with the different artists. When it comes to choosing the collaborations, what is the relation? Is it like you get invited spontaneously, accidentally, or sometimes you have, they say there is no coincidence or accidents in life, so everything is pre-planned. But with the eye, it's really very diverse, and I sometimes wonder how you come about with a connection, and most of those collaborations too are like, boom, out there. Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, there's no fixed rule. It can be something planned. I mean, this song needs this kind of vibe, and then you connect maybe with somebody who you never connected with before, and it's a good occasion to link and start a good.
So tell us with a typical example.
Or some, for example, let's say I did a lot of collaboration with Lion D in Italy, but that's a different thing because we're like good friends. We did a lot of shows together, so it came natural. Or with Blackout JA, for example, it's a Jamaican artist living in UK. We met in my first trip to UK to do shows in Bristol, and since then we did like 2 or 3 collaborations. I am gonna like the last time I went to Bristol, like a few months ago in April, I went to check him in his studio, and it ended up with another combination on his jungle work, who is soon to be released. And yeah, so it can usually born from a friendship and a feeling, a musical feeling, musical affinity. But it can also start. For example, in my record, there's a combination with Tiwoni from France, and we never met. We all only had like contacts on the net, but we of course listened to each other and we felt the vibe. So it was a pleasure and an honor for me to have him in my work. For example, with Scaramucci, we went to Albania together for a show. We met a lot of times around. So the combination with him was a natural thing. Like it's like a elder, like an uncle in the reggae business here in Europe. So it's always a pleasure, and I think that sharing and the exchange of vibes and knowledge and experiences make you grow up.
That's right. So, Raphael, any joyful moment in the high life or any really memorable moment as far as the music, the culture, growing up is concerned? What is one joyful moment you want to share with, especially the massive of I?
Yeah, let's say I would say the first time I performed in the UK and the first time I performed in Mexico. Because, for example, in the UK, because it was like the first time that I was going to perform in an English-speaking country, so it was like a challenge because English is my second language, Italian is my first language, and usually in Italy, not everybody is able to understand the lyrics. They would enjoy the flow, the music, but they don't focus on the lyrics. So I wanted to know how much those lyrics were like interesting, right? I don't know, and it was like nice to see the people's reaction. The next time was when I went to Mexico for the first time, and I was like really at the other at the other side of the world, so I didn't know what to expect in that case, and like seeing the people singing my songs over there, and it was like the first time I was there, it was like gave me a really a good vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's so interesting. I was reading that your fans in South America is really deep. You're here based in Europe doing your music, even though you have the African connection and background. How did it transcend into that direction that, especially in South America, Raphael is really great and deep?
Well, I don't know.
Well, what must be the mistake? And did you find out from,
Well, I think
especially the fans there, what is it that connects with Raphael? Because there are greats, there have been before, there are still in the moment, and there is more to come. But at least, when the unique ones like the I make the mark with a unique signature, it must be recommended. And so I want to just know a bit of, if you want to call it, the secret to that, attraction to Raphael.
I really don't know. You should ask them. But
Okay, probably I'm gonna
no,
find
I
out.
think I think the like I started doing music in 2002, and like for at least in Italy, like the music business as it was known before was changing with internet and the download thing and the video thing, and so I was lucky to start doing music in this changing period. So I was able to, get immediately to know like social media and those things and videos, and probably it's like helped a lot. I guess.
A nice one. So, coming from, the two different cultural backgrounds. I am African actually, and normally we hear lots of different musicians actually singing and promoting, or probably in the name of Africa, there is loads that is done, and music is not an exception. How do you connect to your roots, especially in Africa? Any agenda or any project in the past before or in the future to be? What is, the ICE opinion on that?
Yeah. I went to Nigeria only once in my life, and it was exactly 20 years ago, 1995. I was a kid. I was like not even 9 years old, and yeah, the thing is, it always has been connected with my family situation, and my parents are divorced, so my father went back to live in Nigeria back in 2000, and few years later I started doing music, so I focus like until today, like in doing music. Now I really feel the need to like
Connect.
connect really, because I have of course a lot of friends, and I have like cousins and relatives down there, and I connect with them, but I really feel the calling to go there. I spent a lot of time in Jamaica a few years ago because I thought it was the right thing to do in that moment, in order to get I wanted to know like more about reggae music and the culture, but not just reading on the books on the internet, but go there and see what's going on. And now I think this is the right moment with Africa. And of course, it cannot be a hit and run thing.
No,
It
sir.
cannot be a hit and run thing. So I really want to take the right time and the right moment to enjoy, to full joy and full understanding. Of course, there is a lot to learn about Africa. It's not something you can see in one week.
That's for real. Yeah, and to the young and upcoming musicians out there, it's a universal thing, especially from the African source, Raphael, hot and sizzling, coming up new. And so look out, it would be nice to have some collabos because, especially from my country, Ghana, there are new musicians who are looking out to, spread their wings and tentacles to also reach out to, this world yet. So what would be the ice message to the up and coming one? It's a challenging time we are living in. So what would be the ice message as a Rasta cultural root singer?
Yes, indeed. I would say believe in yourself, first of all, and love yourself. If you don't love yourself and respect yourself, you cannot talk about love and talk about loving others.
See.
That's the first thing. And loving yourself means like avoiding certain things, certain bad surroundings, certain bad substances, a lot of things, certain thoughts. And believe in yourself means that I think that entertainment, it's all about like your presence,
Right.
not only the music but your presence, and you must be confident in yourself, otherwise
True.
nobody would believe that
No,
would take you seriously.
That's it.
So, and you can be confident in yourself only like when you know that you're good in doing what you do. And to reach this level, you have to study, and do. It's not a month thing. It's not 1 year thing. It's a process. It never stops. I really feel after 12 years of live shows, like in the middle of my apprentice, really. So for what I know, another 10 years will pass that I have to learn things and grow up before I can say, like call myself satisfied. I don't know. And maybe the nice thing of it is the travel, not the destination. I don't know where I'm going, but I am enjoying the travel, really.
Wow, it's nice to enjoy the travel and make sure you control the driver's seat very well because, it's safe travel we are dealing with. And yes, Raphael, I will want my massive to have a taste, so I call it expensive style, not freestyle. From Raphael, just give us a little teaser from African Live.
Yeah. African Live, one love. This is Raphael. Greetings. Cool breeze a blow up in the yard tonight. Rubber dub dancing and candlelight. Spin the tune, my selector, yo. It's Raphael. One love. Bless.
Kaboom! Yes, massive. My brother.
Thanks,
Yeah, man, I appreciate and give
Pleasure.
thanks so very much for the time, yeah?
Thanks to you,
So
man.
continue with the journey and never fail Jah guide and
Always.
protect the eye.
Thank
Peace
you,
and love, yeah?
you. Yes,
So one love, my name Son of and yeah, stay in tune. This is African Life. Bless up.